If you got an email saying a tariff check was waiting for you, guess what? There ain't no check. There is no tariff rebate program. There are no stimmies coming anytime soon. And clicking that email doesn't confirm money, it confirms a donation. That's not us trying to spin, that's the cold hard truth. When political emails promise money that doesn't exist, it isn't just misleading, it hits supporters where it hurts. These are real people. These are people who are struggling in Trump's no good, very bad economy. These are people who think help is finally coming just to be smacked in the face by a donation page to facilitate yet another grift by Trump. So keep it locked to the end so you can see what the emails actually said, what legally does not exist, and the one sentence that should have made everyone stop and question this entire thing. This is Pragmotive News, and it's your boy Trey. So here's what happened. In late December, Trump-aligned groups sent out 4 nearly identical emails in less than a week. Yeah, not 1, not 2, but 4 whole emails. According to this Midas Touch article, each one claimed the recipient had a tariff rebate check waiting for them. Each one used urgency, deadlines, final notices, language designed to say, act now or lose what's already yours. And each one presented a big button telling supporters to click and confirm. Now, on its face, I could see why some would think that sounds official. But when you clicked, you weren't redirected to a government website. None of the links went to the Treasury Department. The links weren't in any way connected to an actual rebate program. They just took people to a page that strongly prompted them to donate. Now, pause here, because this part really matters. The emails didn't say this is a proposal or this is hypothetical. They said very clearly, your check is waiting. That phrasing is not accidental. It creates ownership and it creates urgency. And most importantly, it lowers skepticism because the emails mention the person by name. So if an email is mentioning you by name from a source that you trust, then you're going to be more inclined to click. Now, the bigger question to me is why the hell they trusted Donald Trump in the first place? I can't tell you. That's a whole nother video. But if you believe money already belongs to you, you don't investigate it. You just click. And that psychological lever works, especially when people are under financial distress. So now let's get into the reality. There is no law authorizing tariff rebate checks. That would have to come out of Congress. The same way those stimulus checks would not have gotten to us back in 2020 if Nancy Pelosi hadn't passed them in the first place in the House. So you see the pattern here. Trump takes credit for everything, even when he has little or nothing to do with what he is taking the credit for. So to reiterate, there is no federal system distributing tariff revenue to individuals, and there are no checks being processed, prepared, or mailed. Even Donald Trump himself has acknowledged publicly that tariff rebates are, quote, legally unresolved. That's in his words. He says they are also dependent on future court rulings and legislation that does not exist today. In a few videos back, we did talk about how he was being sued over these tariffs, and the Supreme Court is expected to decide whether or not he has to pay them back. So this means that these emails were not announcing a benefit. They were selling an idea while asking people for money. So as I have done in the past, let's talk about what tariffs actually are without the bullshit. Tariffs are taxes on imported goods. They are paid by importers. And in most cases, those costs are passed directly to us, the consumers, aka shit costs more. There is no automatic rebate system, no special account where this money piles up, no mechanism that turns tariffs into personal checks. If rebates were ever issued, it would require congressional approval, And you know damn well the Republicans aren't about to just give money to low-income people. It would require dedicated funding and administrative oversight, both of which Trump and his administration is incapable of doing, especially without Congress. So none of that is happening. So when an email or an ad that you see on the internet suggests a check is waiting, it's describing something that does not exist. And this is where the pattern becomes clear, because this wasn't a one-time thing. Earlier this year, similar emails were sent using the same structure: a bold promise, urgent language, a call to action, different wording, but the same funnel. That tells us something very important. This isn't confusion, it's a strategy. Now, to be fair, defenders will say they didn't technically say the checks were being mailed tomorrow. And while that's true, here's the problem. You don't have to lie outright to mislead. You just have to imply certainty where none exists. You have a check waiting implies a reality that does not exist, especially to someone who doesn't understand the legal process that would have to occur in order to make these checks a reality. And when that implication is aimed at supporters who may be financially vulnerable, that's when these ethical lines start getting crossed. Which again, I might point out, isn't anything new for the Trump regime. This is why critics are paying attention. Transparency matters, regardless of party. If you're asking people to donate toward a policy goal, then fucking say that. Don't imply relief is already on the way. That's just not right. So now take a look at this clip that really sums up everything I've been talking about this whole video. It shows a direct comparison between emails from the Republicans and emails from the Democrats. Take a look.
This post is for everyone who says, I'm not in a cult, you're in a cult. I get emails from both the DNC and the RNC. I'm going to show you just a random one from each. So this is one from the RNC. Congratulations. After reviewing your profile, MAGA leaders determined that you deserve a spot in Republican history. After careful consideration, you've been selected for the Republican Living Legend Award. It's widely considered to be the highest honor in the entire MAGA movement. We couldn't think of a more deserving winner than you. Accept your award by making a donation. And at the bottom of each and every one of these emails, you have options to make this a recurring donation. And the selling point is, do you want Ilhan Omar removed from Congress? If your answer is yes, check this box to stop terrorist sympathizers. And this box, no men in women's sports. Check this box to help us ban men from women's sports and make a bonus donation. And here's one from the Democrats. To all Democrats, please don't click away. We know New Year's is right around the corner, so we'll get straight to the point. We're asking for $7. Republicans have proven they won't stand up to Trump's abuse of his power, so we need to elect as many Democrats as possible who will. That work demands a strong, organized Democratic Party, but the truth is less than 1% of the people receiving these messages pitch in. We're counting on all Democrats who know how important this moment is to step up, and we're asking you to make a donation. And this is the very bottom of that email. Do you see a difference? Do you think maybe you're being groomed?
Exactly. I mean, just take a look at the amounts that the MAGA and Republican people are asking for. $3,000. And the highest the Democrats was asking for is $250. And they really was just prompting you to give them $7. So that ought to tell you something. So getting back to the topic, let's answer this question directly. Checks or a scam? Well, like I said, there are no checks. And in my opinion, using the promise of money that doesn't exist to drive donations, that's more than a red flag. It's giving scam every time. And the next time an email promises money, relief, or benefits with one urgent click, you'll know exactly what to look for. That's why I felt it was important to make this video, to try to help you protect yourself and your loved ones from being played. Because it's not just MAGA supporters who have fallen for this tariff check misinformation bullshit. I have seen and heard from Democrats who have thought the exact same thing. Like, comment, and subscribe. And remember to share this video with your family and friends. Pragmotive News is available across all the major platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, and iHeartRadio. So y'all can tune in even when you're out on the go. So that's going to do it for me today, y'all. See you later. Peace.